Men who ain't got no car, ain't got nowhere to stay, that's a whole nother level. We're not talking about those men. If you see those men, absolutely run. Now listen, don't look into my business, child, because I'm just learning this, okay? Welcome to another episode of the That's Scary with Melanie P podcast. I'm your girl, Melanie P. And this is something that I'm talking about today, y'all, that I hold very, very dear to my heart. I feel like this is 100% a broken record. We are beating a dead horse, but I gotta beat it until we can't beat it no more, until it gets through your head. I am a woman of a certain age. I am a woman of a certain level of experience. I've been married, divorced, engaged, moving on, whatever the case might be. And I am a big watcher. I love the Kendra G show, child. But one thing that I have realized and what I have noticed with the Kendra G show, and even with this whole little sprinkle hypergamous movement, which, let me just let you know, a portion of that, I understand, I'm here for. Give black women luxury, give black women a soft life. I'm here for it. Black women all day. We get it. I'm down for the black woman. I'm voting for everybody black, period, point blank. But this conversation that we are consistently having about a man being a provider, I literally saw someone say on the Kendra G show, I want to say yesterday or sometime in the last couple of days, that she would not date a man who didn't make like a 6-figure plus salary. And I feel like Kendra G said, well, what if he's cheating or what if he's an asshole? And she was like, that's fine with her as long as he makes money. And let me tell you something. I hold this close to my heart. I have been blessed to marry a man that had, got a bank account, child. He'll even take care of me to this day. We good. He got the money. My fiance, he does okay financially. You know what I'm saying? The men that I've dated have always done way better than me financially. You know, it is what it is. But when I think about my experiences with men, one thing that I have learned, and I'm going to continue to talk about this shit until we get it, is that money isn't everything. I'm going to play this clip, and I want y'all to listen to this clip, and we're going to talk about it. Okay?
Married matters when you are sick, when you are broke, when you are fucked up, okay? So make sure, ladies, when you go out here marrying these men for their money and for whatever they can give you, they looks, who they are, make sure they got the type of character where they'll wipe your ass and bathe you and feed you when you need to be fed. And same for these men. Make sure that these baddies that y'all dealing with and these bitches that got it going on, they got a nice body and fine as fuck and can do it good to you. Make sure these are the type of women that'll come and feed you and bathe you and clean you and wash you and nurture you and take care of you when you really need them. Because see, having a husband and having a wife is convenient when it's fun, when it's beautiful, when it's love. But when it's fucked up out here, and when you done lost a leg or lost a hand or done got into some type of accident that disfigured your face, and you really need your spouse, and they don't show up for you, that's when it hurts. That's when it's fucked up. That's when you really reanalyze and think about every decision you've ever made in your life. And that's when you really start putting in those values and those morals and ethics and shit. Because you know the person I'm gonna marry the person that when I need them, they stop everything that they do and they come rescue me and take care of me. I don't give a fuck about what nobody got. Fuck going 50-50. Fuck that. It's like, nigga, listen, if I lose both of my legs, will you lift me to bed every night? Will you make sure I get up to take care of myself? Will you assist me and nurture me back to health? Because that's when it really fucking matters. That's when I really need you. See, some of these men in here, they wives don't ever come here and take care of them. And I can't see as a woman, why would I ever let another person take care of my husband full time, even as a man? These women being here with MS, all types of, autoimmune diseases, just regular accidents. You don't never see their husbands. You never see their babies.
Now listen, this clip right here, can we make this clip go viral? Can we make this clip trend? Can we make this clip trend? Can we make the video that I posted for you hoes that talked about a man being a provider? Let's make that video trend. I'm going to insert it right here because listen, I get it. I'm not going to sit here and front and flex. I dated in my life one broke nigga who didn't have a car, barely had a job. Well, he had a job, didn't have a car, didn't have his own place to stay. Listen, I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed. And if I got to tell you that whole story, I literally got to tell y'all that whole story on a little story time situation. That's too far down the line. But women today are considering men broke and calling men brokies that have a regular job, who make 80, 90,000 a year. A lot of women are calling that broke. And we have to get it together. Now, let me just let you know. Again, men who ain't got no car, ain't got nowhere to stay, that's a whole nother level. We're not talking about those men. If you see those men, absolutely run from those men. But this situation of money being the beginning and the end, the middle, the last, and the only thing that women are searching for, it's going to leave you out here fucked up, alone, depressed, single while dating. Like, money is not everything. Now, here's the thing. For some women, money is everything. Like, we have a lot of these women out here, the sprinkle lady, Shanika Adams, my girl, like, who money is it for them. Like, I don't have to live with you in the same house. I don't have to really you don't have to be faithful, like whatever. I just need to live a comfortable life. I just want to be able to go on vacation. I just want to be able to go to the store, give me your car. I just want to be able to not work. And I understand that because that's my goal. I don't want to be no 9 to 5, whatever. And that's your thing, stick to it. But for these impressionable young women who are out here looking at the Shanika Adams, looking at the sprinkle lady, looking at the trad wives, you know what I'm saying? The women who are boasting about not having a broke man. And a lot of these women are single. A lot of these women who be on these shows, obviously, if you're on Kendra G, you're single looking for a man, and it's not just about women, but I'm talking to my women because men got to be intentional about who they choose to wife up and partner with as well. But it's the women who be on these shows calling every nigga broke, brokey this, brokey that, broke. And it's just like, girl, like there is so much more to it than money. So this girl that I follow, her name is Tisha_Morrison, and she is actually here in Charlotte, I believe. And she wrote this. She said, after 14 years of marriage, I've learned that stability isn't just about money. My husband and I have been broke together. We have been rich together. It was the fact that in my lowest moments, my husband stood by me. When I struggled with depression, when I lost my job, when I battled with self-love, he held space for me to heal. Let me read that sentence again. He held space for me to heal. He didn't run. He didn't shut down. He showed up. That is real stability. We don't hear people talking about that. We don't hear women talking about that enough for me, honestly. My prayer and my beg of this video is that women start to, at least verbally, talk about more than men being broke. And here's the thing, and I feel like I'm posting these videos today and I'm on the man's side. And it's not even about the man's side. I'm 100% on the side of Black love, of Black families, of unity, and us getting out of this debate culture that we are in when it comes to love. Because here's the thing, right now, everywhere you turn, it is woman against man, man against woman, woman against man on these podcasts and on these shows and on these panels. And my thing of it is that we have a president who really ain't fucking with us, to be honest with you. And we hold more power as a unit, as families, as two income households, as children being raised in healthy households. That is really where the foundation and the power of everything starts. Now, listen, don't look into my business, child, because I'm just learning this, okay? But at the end of the day, you got to be very intentional about who you choose to have a baby with, who you choose to marry. It's not just about the money. I used to work as a financial coordinator in a dialysis center, and a lot of these men and women would be on dialysis. That's 3 times a week. You're on a machine for 2 hours, sitting at a machine, getting your blood, going through that whole process. A lot of people don't talk about when you're on dialysis, especially as a man, sometimes you lose your penile function, right? I've seen pictures where they've had to take the man's penis off. Google it, y'all, Google it. I've seen so many men, because I'm gonna come at the men now, get on dialysis, their wife leave them. I've seen women get on dialysis, the husband leave them for a new, better model. Someone who doesn't have this sickness, this illness, this change to their daily life because now they're sick. And I feel like this is what this lady is talking about. And this is also what Tisha's talking about. Is like, okay, cool. Money is cool. But who you going to have when you're sitting there lonely, when you're depressed? For me personally, as a woman, I have my podcast. I have my That Scary Business LLC. That's very, very important to me. So for me, it's important that I have a partner who, when I'm recording these videos, they're right there watching me. They're the first person looking at my video, commenting on my video. They're looking for, ideas to help my business grow. They're looking for brand deals for me. They're pouring into me, not just financially, but pouring into my passion, right? Like, that's super important to me. And that's something that people don't talk about. That is free. You supporting your partner, I'm using myself for an example, you supporting your partner, you saying, hey, babe, you know what? I see that you're talking about these certain things on your podcast. Let me give you, I found this really good topic I think you should talk about, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that to me is more valuable than six figures. I'm not even going to lie, because the day to day is what matters. Yes, I want to go on vacation. Yes, I don't want to always pay. Yes, I want you to pay my car payment and fill up my gas tank. Yes, I do. You know what I'm saying? But I also want a man of good moral character. I also want a man who brings peace to my home. I also want a man who loves me the way that I want my two daughters to look at me. Like, I want them to be loved that way. I want my daughters to look at how my husband loves me, protects them, protects the household, protects the family. I want them to see that, and for them to be the example of the kind of man that they want to be with. A lot of us have children. A lot of us have girls, daughters, or whatever. And it's like, are we being loved properly as a good example to our kids to replicate that love once they leave our houses? Like, are we giving that a good example, or is it just a check? Are we teaching our daughters, our sons, that just all we need is a little check, child? All we need is a little check. No, it is so much more to that. As the time goes on, especially this year, I am going to dig a little bit more into my personal story, because it's so valuable to this type of conversation. And that is why I'm so passionate about these women picking the right person, looking for the right things. The lavish gifts are amazing. The vacation is amazing. And I'm not saying go for the man who ain't got nowhere to stay, who can't do anything for you. No. But I'm saying that putting this provider and putting these lavish gifts, money at the top, I feel like it's only going to attract to you not stability in relationship, but a check, a kid. You know what I'm saying? Here's a prime example. LaMelo Ball, or whatever his name is, and Nikki Baby. I don't know if they're married or not, but I do know that she just had a baby, literally just had a baby out of her vagina, and he's already cheating on her, moved on with the next woman, and he's literally out here bashing a woman whose vagina isn't even fully healed and talking about his new side chick online. Do you think that she looked at his moral character? Do you think she looked at his past when she was choosing to have multiple kids by this man? Or do you think that she looked at, okay, he's a basketball player, he has money, I'm gonna have this set life? Nothing is fucking promised. Nothing is promised. Nothing is promised. It's not promised that this man's going to always have his legs functioning correctly. It's not promised that, I had a baby by him, so at least I know that we're going to be happily married together. And yeah, she'll get a great child support check, I suppose, but this man is making you look stupid in front of the world. This man don't even think enough of you to even fake it until your baby can at least get out of diapers, or at least get out of the bottle. You know what I'm saying? Or at least let your vagina heal before you fucking the next bitch. Let's keep it a buck. It is so disgusting to me. And it's that is the mentality of a lot of us women. Is okay, he's a baller. He's 6'2". He's this, he's that. So I don't even care to even ask about his moral standing. I don't even care to ask about how was you and your mom? How do you and your mama get along? How do you and your sister get along? How do you and your brother get along? I don't even care to ask about that, because I'm looking at your height and your money, and your height and your money is not going to be what it takes to sustain a relationship. We got to do better. And it's not just women, it's men too. But I hate to be on the niggas side today, but I have to be, because it's I understand. I have 3 older brothers. I always say this. I have a lot of male friends who are really good men who have a difficult time finding a good woman. And I think that some men, they are clouded by all of this brokey culture. A man gotta pay for my nails. A man gotta pay for this. You gotta do this, that, and the third for me to even go out on a date with him. Or maybe I ain't got no food to eat, or I didn't feel like cooking, so I'm gonna just go out on a date with this dude. Like, this is some of the thought process that goes through a lot of these men's head in terms of dating. Men be having a hard time. Like, people always want to paint a picture that, oh, men got it so easy because it's like 5-1 as far as a woman. But what we are not talking about that's so important that I wish I would have learned years ago is the compatibility of it all. I feel like when you look at things like compatibility, emotional intelligence, maturity, their other relationships, how do they talk about their exes? When you look at these things and start to have a conversation with someone, you are going to filter out the brokies anyway. Because a man who has the emotional intelligence, a man who has goals, a man who is driven, a man who is educated, and all those things that we desire, they're not going to typically be the broke men. I don't know, y'all. Like, I feel like this is something that we need to really, really talk about and really, really dig into. Make sure you follow me, y'all, on TikTok and on social media, Instagram, and all that kind of stuff. Comment below. I want to hear from the men. I want to hear from the women about, this clip and about this whole sprinkle, how much money you make, how much money you make conversation. We need to talk about the inside. We need to not be so fixated with if a man got $100,000.50 in his account, because like I said on my provider video that y'all need to watch, a man can have $100,000 as far as yearly income and be in $90,000 debt, have 3 different kids by 3 different women, got $3,000 in child support. That's already coming out. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many factors. So I feel like you're going to attract what you're putting out there. And if you're putting out there, give me your money. And that's all I care about. That's all you're going to get. Let me know your thoughts below, y'all, and I'll see you in the next video.